It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
And he won't quite make it to the 20. Commanders making their way out.
And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
They go play action. Daniels. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he's going to have the Commanders' first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
So they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead block.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, 65 yards. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Jake Moody now for the point after. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it's De'Ami Brown who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive.
Under center, it'll be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And got his man complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
To throw is Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Darnold a sneak, and he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Seahawks, first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
As Shaheed going to go in motion.
And he is there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Open man right side is caught, complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down. And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a fast footwork by White. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. To throw is Daniels. A quick throw there.
Keyed in on since that last completion his way. He earned a little more on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now a 2nd and 10. Getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down, they hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Now Daniels going to keep it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Here's White.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels. An 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Well, Darnold keeps it.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. A shotgun snap for Darnold.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now Darnold.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he lost the football. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wound up punching this one into the end zone.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Charbonnet will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So he had a nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And a Washington offense heading out. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But touchdown, that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Play action. Now it's Daniels.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They give to White on the option.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Lane. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 19-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with White.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is going to slide to a halt inside the 5-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
On the bootleg, it's Daniels.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he's going to step, and he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels
Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Moody.
It's good, and it's 21-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Darnold. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Darnold now to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Darnold from the gun. That's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Again, that's
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And he's got Smith-Njigba. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw, Darnold.
He finds Smith-Njigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd.
So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome everyone to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there. Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Again, it's Charbonnet.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Faking the give, Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Play fake. Safety being dropped for a loss of 7.
How about that? Well, the little guys putting the pressure on. That's a strong safety. I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Michael Dixon. Right, this is the first game for either team. On the 30.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a 1st down.
That's good for a Commander's 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
His way in for the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Here's Daniels.
This is White on the screen. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
The coordinator credit there right to the head of the defensive coordinator, because right on the heels of the sack on 2nd down, he figured they were going to come at him hard again. And so he went ahead and hit what a brilliant call. Screen pass works well enough. They're able to pick up a 1st down. That's one way to keep that defense at bay.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
To the air goes Daniels.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Will try and do this himself. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
23-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Jake Moody.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And out now come the Seahawks.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Play action. It's Darnold.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here's Darnold.
They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
On the left side, a catch by White. And he's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe it's versus air, because that's the completion he makes. But just missed.
Keep it, and he will slide to a stop. Have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Now Daniel's going to keep it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Got his man, Okonkwo. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
In motion right is Brown.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Pass caught. It's Lane with it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet.
Oh, what a move. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And Charbonnet once again.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the 1st.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Javon Kinlaw. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
That one too wide and incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A big play looming on 3rd down.
To throw is Darnold. And too much juice, out of bounds, incomplete.
When you're leading in a final quarter, has to be up any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit us first. Now this from 43. Myers' kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Now Daniels.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Darnold to throw. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Now Darnold. He'll get that to Charbonnet.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are afraid. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
That was certainly well read. The key to the screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here comes second down at 5. Darnold throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here's Darnold.
His pass caught with the 4. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And we may very well be headed to overtime. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So now, after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
The drive starts with a run by White.
Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking to put a drive together. Now Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's second down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Darnold.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track sneakers? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now Myers for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Seahawks.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. Now a first throw here in overtime.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down. To throw is Daniels. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They'll run for it. This is White. And he's going to have the first to the 35. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Play action, now it's Daniels. That's caught downfield, it's Lane.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the SEAHAWKS.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
To the air goes Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as a tackle made at the 18.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Daniels going to keep it.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
That ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now a big decision looming. Go for one in the tie or two in the win.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And this one through the uprights and good.
That will tie the game.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Darnold now to throw. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And as a quarterback, you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Each team's had it in overtime, so next score wins. Here's second down. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Throw, Darnold. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Down the left sideline. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the zone for
time in the film room. Big play.
Normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, every
comes we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. Defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.